I have some comments that I have written down, and I timed them so I stay within that 5-minute time frame. I'm not going to require much of any input. I'm not really asking you to respond to any of the questions I have for you, other than one. Need glasses. Get in your 50s, you can. I love Garden City Community College. This has been one of the most enjoyable places I ever come. I enjoy being involved in a lot of the different activities. I know many of the staff, a lot of the faculty, in fact, a lot of the faculty are my friends. The most important thing, though, that I've done is be a host mom. That I have truly loved at this school. In fact, there's so many I can't even count them anymore. Most of them that I'm still in contact with, because that's the kind of kids we get here. And being involved with those kids, they're student athletes, that makes you know most of the coaches, and that's been a joy also. My husband, Mark, sitting back here, was president for the Blockbuster Athletic Association for many years, the Booster Club here. And we enjoyed that immensely as well. And I know most of you. Some new ones I don't, but I know most everybody else. Sorry, I'm emotional about what I'm going to speak about. I know Herb and I know Debbie too. I want to ask a couple of questions here. I never expected to be in front of this board speaking to you, but I understand that I'm an owner. We voted, we elected you all to do business at our school, and that you hired her and her works for you. I want to ask you all seriously, when did it happen that we stopped being able to communicate with you? When did it happen that we can't come up and address you individually and talk about the issues that bother us or concern us? I don't understand why I can't talk to you since I voted for you. And I think that that really needs to be looked at and addressed. I feel like we should speak to you. We should be able to speak to her about any issue that applies to this college, as a taxpayer and as a citizen. I have here in my hands 7 letters from young women, letters and statements. These young women either attended this school or currently attend this school. The fact that I have to get up here and talk to you is because a couple of them came to me, because I know a lot of kids. Several were sent to me by other people at this school as someone who would advocate for kids. Because you may say they're adults, and I completely agree, but we all know, any of us that have had an 18 or 19-year-old know these are kids. These young women all have one thing in common. They were sexually harassed on this campus by one man in a position of authority and power and trust over them. He made horrible sexual remarks to them about their bodies, their boyfriends, and about being a woman in general. I feel this board has been kept in the dark about a lot of this. If you haven't seen some of these letters, people, I don't know where you've been living. They're literally everywhere. For each of you, I have a copy of a signed letter that a woman, a mother of one of these girls, asked me to present to you. It is signed by her. It is written to the Garden City Community College Board of Directors. I have a copy for each of you. May I give it to you? Thank you. Terry? Yeah, he said that I can now. Thank you. I'm almost there. This shouldn't count, though. They told me I'm running close on time. So I will say this. According to Stanford University, the effects and experience of sexual harassment can be
That's one
profound.
timer of 5 minutes, and allow the other people time to speak.
Okay.
I'll have to stop you right there. Sorry. Thank you.
Please address the situation. Thank you.
I understand. I wrote this down because if I don't have it written down, I don't know. I understand my concerns contain personnel matters that cannot be discussed by you, the Board of Trustees, college administration, or the Human Resource Department. However, I am here to share my concerns as a community member, a taxpayer, and most importantly, an alumni of Garden City Community College. No discussion is needed. On March 19th of this year, I had 2 envelopes placed in my office drop box after consulting my attorney, I turned one over to the Human Resources Director. In that envelope contained a picture that was taken by a coach on this campus of the girls mooning him. Also in that contained 2 letters, one from this athlete, from which she turned in the letter 3 years ago to the Human Resources Department. Also in that packet was a letter from a mother. At that time, whenever I handed it to Emily, she said that she would take a look at it. And then on March 23rd, I received a phone call from a detective with the Garden City Police Department, asking if I knew anything going on with the cheer program at Garden City Community College. Within 10 to 15 minutes, I was in the detective's office, turning in the other envelope as evidence for their investigation. After that, I don't know what happened or when it happened. My question to you as a trustee of the Garden City Community College is, why has it taken 3 years since the first complaint was submitted in writing to the Human Resources Department? Why has it taken 2 to 3 human resource directors? Why has it taken upset community members and a police investigation to have something done? What kind of accountability is this demonstrating to our students and the public taxpayers that fund this entity? Why are the college employees being ruled out of fear of retaliation and intimidation? I would suggest you, the trustees, ask the employees directly about the current work environment, not through a survey sent out by the administrators. If this was your daughter, your sister, or the girl who grew up in your neighborhood, wouldn't you be asking questions and finding out why nothing has been done until March 29th of 2018? Remember, this is approximately 3 years since the first written complaint was received by the Human Resources Department on this campus. Thank you.
As a mother of one of these athletes that was harassed by this coach, I am pissed off. Because if something would have been done 3 years ago, my child or any of the other girls, because it wasn't just directed to my child, this would not have happened to them. I am very upset because did the athletic director call her and say, hey, are you okay? Hey, let me check up on you. Let me check on your well-being. No, he didn't. The only person that checked up on her was Ryan Rita. That's it. So where's the support there? I trusted my child to come here. And this is what I get. For the rest of my time, I would like to give it to Tony, if I could. No, she's giving me the rest of her time.
Five minutes.
Randy.
Give her the letter. Still got 2 minutes.
I hope this board will consider the depth of this matter, the pain and humiliation of the girls, and I know the humiliation that I as a mother have seen my child go through. And I know some of you who do have daughters and granddaughters. I know you would not want that for your children either. I want you to look into how this happened, who in the chain of command was, and who had prior knowledge of this problem, and for how long, and why did it continue. Tony has personally been private messaging the AD on items of concern, and she has received no response. It stands to reason that with all the movement, and what is happening with the University of Michigan, that there should be no place for this conduct at Garden City Community College. No athletic director should allow it to happen, and those that knew this and allowed it to occur should be promptly removed from this campus, no matter how high up this goes. She also has a letter from a female student athlete that states she lived at the AD and personal residence all of last summer. What is happening at this school?
Standing here all night talking about my terrible experience, if I had the chance. I was lied to, not listened to, inappropriate racial comments have been said to me, no response back to my text, used and unappreciated. This coach should have been stopped a long time ago, and I'm ashamed every time someone asks me where I cheered. I never want to say Garden City Community College. Shame on those who did nothing about this situation. I wish I was proud of you, Wrong Minister.